Great, thank you. I would love also to know because you inspire a lot of people. So it's a kind of responsibility to do that because what you say will have an impact, a huge impact on for people and something like that. And the more it's for me, it's a question for me.
Right, right.
The more I do what I'm doing, the more I have people who are following me in France, and I'm doing the same now in the international. And it's great because it helps me a lot to have the ability and the chance to help people to wake up. But also sometimes um, I don't know how to say that in English. I feel my responsibility, so I I forgive. How do you say? I don't give me the permission to myself to feel something, and I do. I understand what I would like to ask you, and the fact that the moral responsibility I have, the more sometimes it's difficult um, to be vulnerable.
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 Yes, 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 yes.
Because I'm saying to myself, I have to be happy. I have to be. I have to be. It's not for my the perception of others. It's more to inspire them. So, yeah, I would love to know how do you manage that, and did you have this kind of struggle? And yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing this for over 30 years, and a public person, speaking, teaching, counseling, author, books, and I try to stay true to myself. And my responsibility first is to me, which means I have a spiritual practice that I do every day, as we talked, meditation and other things that I do, that keeps me in harmony with the flow of life. Now, as I'm in harmony with the flow of life, then there's happiness, there's peace of mind, there's a sense of well-being, there's a joy. All of that's just a part of my life. Even when it's intense, it's very intense. I have deadlines. There's things going on in the community, in one of the 30 ministries that are here. There's all kinds of things going on. But with my practice, I'm able to stay balanced, okay? Now, in terms of vulnerability, what I had to learn was, I had to learn to be vulnerable to receive the love that people wanted to give me. You know, my vulnerability in terms of giving, it's easy for me to give and to share and to share with people and things of that particular nature. I had to learn to receive. I had to develop that kind of vulnerability because why are these people gathering around me? Why are they, admiring me? I didn't, because I'm teaching principles. I'm teaching spiritual principles that are known for thousands of years. And so I had to learn how to be vulnerable enough to receive that. If I am upset about something, which I don't get upset a lot, I don't hide that. I just say that bothers me. But I know there's an answer. I know there's a solution, you see. So I don't paint a false face. You know what I mean? I don't paint a false face like I'm happy when I'm not.
Yeah, and I don't want to do that also.
No, but I don't make a federal case. You know, in America we say make a federal case out of something, which means make a big deal out of something.
Yeah.
That I don't make a big deal out of a lot of things either, because I've been on the planet long enough to know that eventually things work out. If you have intention and a vision, and you're ready to walk in a positive direction, things work out. So, so shame and blame, playing the shame game or the blame game is not fruitful. Blaming other people for things, or even blaming yourself, or shaming other people, or shaming yourself. I teach that we have to ask powerful questions. And if there's an issue going on, you have to ask a question that's big enough for the universe to answer it.
So can you give us some of the questions you are used to use?
Yeah, sure. I'll tell you what I teach, and then I'll break it down. One of the things that I teach is that behind every problem,
Yeah.
there's a question trying to ask itself. And behind every question, there's an answer trying to reveal itself. And behind every answer, there's an action trying to express itself. And behind every action, there's a way of life trying to be born. So if a person is struggling with finances, let's say, chronic, and they're asking, oh, why me? Why is this always happening to me? I never have enough money. That's a disempowering question. It's not going to help you. So you got to ask a bigger question. So perhaps the question is, what is the nature of prosperity? Just ask, what's the nature of prosperity? And if you're sincere, perhaps you write it down, you go to bed at night and you think about it, you go to sleep on it, the universe will start to talk to you. It's already talking to you. The broadcast is already going on. It just needs your permission to come in.
It's like the radio. You have to
tune in.
Yeah.
Right. So when you ask a question, you're tuning into the answer. So then the answer comes. It starts to tell you, prosperity is everywhere. Prosperity is energy. Energy is never created or destroyed. It's invisible. Harmonizing prosperity and abundance and plenitude is everywhere. Look at the leaves on a tree. Look at the grains of sand. Look at the stars in the heavens. It's everywhere. There's no lack anywhere. So you start to get that. And then so that gives you an answer. Then it gives you an action. Start to give. Start to share. And your surface mind will say, wait a minute. I'm asking this question because I don't have anything. My issue is prosperity. And it'll come back and it'll tell you, I said I'm invisible. I'm infinite. I'm not a thing. Give what you have. Give a smile. Help somebody. Put yourself in a position to serve. And then that action then becomes a way of life. So if you wake up thinking, how am I going to serve? How am I going to give? How am I going to circulate? Then the universe supports you in that. And prosperity starts to flow into your life because you've asked the right question. Rather than, why me? Why don't I have anything? You're asking, what is prosperity? And then you learn to give, to share, and then that consciousness coagulates, it condenses itself as opportunities, money, ideal employment. It shows up. Your desire to give and to share your talents shows up in ways that couldn't show up if you asked the wrong question.
I love that. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
I have also something I would love to know about how do you do that? Because you are managing 60 people, right?
Yeah, we have a large staff, plus we have 30, 40 different kind of ministries and programs.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's pretty sizable, yes.